All right. Welcome to the next episode of Dude, Where's My Flashlight? Welcome, Kris Foot from
Thank you, my friend.
Canada. We've got Hello and then correct me if I'm wrong in saying it. Is it G or is it Gee? Hello G or is it Hello
Yeah,
Gee?
it's Hello Gee.
Hello Gi, yes, and it's the god of fire. It's the personification of fire. Which honestly, brother, there's no one better doing this work than you are.
Thank you.
You've been inspiring
I
us with
appreciate that.
absolutely, brother. The firework that you produce, the artwork, the attention to detail. I immediately gravitate towards your shots when I'm scrolling through my feed on Instagram. Dude, thanks for being here. Thanks for spooking us out in Spooktober. I gotta
Yeah,
say, dude,
thank
your
you.
month is October for sure, dude. You are the Halloween god.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that a lot. I take honor in that for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So let's talk about these fire shots that are just blowing my mind and blowing everyone's mind. I mean, like the Pennywise shot, dude, the fire pumpkin shot you just released, and I know that there's something big coming tomorrow. I know there's something big, dude. So let's talk
Yeah,
about shots. What
definitely.
inspires you besides being the god of fire? Like, tell me about your process. And let's get in a little bit of fire safety too, if you can, because I think a lot of people are trying to get into this and maybe some people are getting in some trouble. So let's help them out.
Okay, well, first I'll explain where my name came from.
Yeah.
So, originally when I started with Instagram, I really couldn't think of these catchy names that all these awesome people have. So I just originally went with K.Foot Photography, and then as I grew as an artist, I felt like I had outgrown that name. And in 2016, um, Light Painting World Alliance had a Canadian meetup, and they let me pick or help pick the location so that I could attend. We ended up picking the Alexandria Bridge, which is just this huge bridge spanning across one of the rivers here in Canada. And during that night, I had spun steel wool across the entire structure, like
Nice.
quite a few times.
Nice.
And a bunch of people just started nicknaming me the King of Fire and the God of Fire. And it was just a joke for the longest time. And then when I really started to contemplate what I wanted to change my name to really embody who I was, that's when I decided. Actually, I had a friend of mine, and we started researching, Viking and beard and fire and all these different words. And she ended up stumbling across this Norse mythology, which was just perfect for the Viking, right? It all kind of just fit together. And then I kind of wrote it down, and everyone accepted it. And so I was like, okay, this is good, right? So I basically got a lot of my knowledge from Zach Allen.
Totally.
Um,
Yes.
so I mean, I'll give him the praise all day for teaching me my fire game. I know when I originally started with Instagram and trying to learn light painting, a lot of the people were keeping it quite hush hush and
Yeah.
secret, and they really didn't want to share. And I always told myself that if I were to ever get good at something, that I would always share whatever I have or learned. So now I definitely make it a point that if anyone ever asks me something, as long as they do it in a respectful manner, you know what I mean? There are
Absolutely.
some people that are kind of abrupt and, a little more demanding, and I might not answer them fully, but for the most part, I like to help people. So I reached out to Zach to
the series on the Silverado or the truck was super awesome. I think it was one of the first ones. You have like a big circle around it. You did a full series. I think you posted like 5 or 6 from
Yeah,
the
I did some what's it called with them. So I did a bunch of fire stuff with them too. I don't know. Is it dangerous to change the front of the video? Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh, nice. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Is that on that bridge? This famous bridge we always keep seeing?
No, this is a different bridge, but it was a winter shot. Like, there's like a bunch of snow and stuff.
Awesome.
But that was the first time I had tried that.
What are your camera settings there?
That was like -25, dude, when we did that one.
Wow.
Like the battery drained so fast. Yeah. I remember being like 100 feet up and like my buddy's doing the wool and and it's giving me all these warnings and I'm like, no, just a little bit longer. I crashed my drone doing these tractor shots. I don't know if I have them here. Oh yeah, here they are. I'll show you these quick if you want.
Yeah, sure. Oh man, look how beautiful that is.
So there's the tractor there.
Yeah.
So I flew a couple of halos and a couple like verticals and stuff like that. And then I streaked across the sky this way. And there was like a little bit of gap where I was scared to go too close to the trees. Yeah. So I thought, oh, what the hell? I'll push it this way and then I'll fly it back. And when I flew it back, it like curved for some reason and I hit the trees over here. Oh, but I was going as fast as it would take me sideways because I wanted the lights to be forward.
Okay.
But yeah, I probably crashed it at like 50 or 60 kilometers an hour going sideways in the pitch black.
Yeah, and you're on sport mode the whole time because I feel like I can't get the cinematic footage that I'm looking for in sport mode. I mean, I'm not a very good pilot yet, so I guess that comes with time. But
it really depends what you're doing. I know a couple of my first flights, I was trying to fly it like fast, like a helicopter, like going up the river and stuff like that. That was fun to do, but it's super dangerous. So I don't know. I think for cinematic, you'd almost go into tripod mode, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta play with it more.
For those rings, as far as GPSing, I haven't got into that GPS work. I usually just use what is it called? Like Waypoint or something like that.
Waypoints.
Where you like fly right in front of your object and then you'll just select the object on your screen and then it'll like position around it and it'll tell you that it's okay and then it'll start that point of interest circular motion. Okay. So that's for the most part, that's what I do in like a lot of my images with the circle is I just select the image centered and then either remove it or keep it, whatever I'm doing, depending. Like with the truck, I just centered on the top part of the roof because it's centered on the truck properly.
Yeah.
And then some of the vertical lines I'm just flying manually. But I can't remember who does it, but they were doing some of that GPS work, and that stuff's bonkers, dude.
Yeah, it's super bonkers. I think I saw a Pikachu out there at some point.
I've seen something like that.
Who did it? But I saw a Pikachu in the sky, and I was like, my first inclination was like, dude, who photoshopped this Pikachu in the sky? Right? That was my first inclination. I'm like, what is this? You know? And
no doubt.
Oh man, these drones can do waypoints. You could literally program it to do pretty much anything.
It's just an app. Like, to be honest, it's more time than skill to do that, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Like to select 500 waypoints on a map and they make a symbol. I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's just not me. If I were to learn that GPS, I would want to start learning how to do like squares and triangles and really unique shapes to put over top of models. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the models, modeling, and instead of a circle over, it's a triangle or it's a pentagon that's where I think I might try and go after that GPS work. I don't think I'd be putting Pikachu above a model, you know what I mean? But that's just me. That stuff's
Yes,
super cool though. I'll give that.
I know. I was like, man, technology has come so far, and it's funny actually talking about technology. I was going to ask you, what remote relay are you using? Because I've seen some of your shots and the tube spin is so far away. How do you get such distance on your remote? Because I can go about 30 feet with my cheap ass one, and it's like, nope, I can't hear if it's clicking. Hold on, back it up just a smidge, buddy. Okay, awesome, yeah.
It's the Yongno Digital RF603N. I got a bag full of these because you can hook one to your camera, you have one in your hand, and then you could have two. I have two more that I can hook to speed lights if I want.
Okay. And are you typically using a speed light in your fire shots? Like Zach?
The thing is, I bought all the gear to do it, and I've actually never brought it out. I've never brought it out once, and the thing is like a lot of the times I'm more going for a darker silhouette look, so it's only when I start to. The thing is where I like them is when I start to bring it around them. So that's where I started doing. Excuse me, that figure 8.
Yeah.
So it's like the circle behind and then the circle wrapping around them. That's I wonder if I should preview my Halloween shot to you right now. Just because when this is released, it's already going to be out.
No, yeah, this won't be released for a few weeks, brother. You're looking at Thanksgiving-ish.
So we could probably show you it right now and give you an idea, but that's what I did in that one too, is just wrapping the fire around the ground. It really lights the subject.
Yeah, by itself. You don't even need an additional light.
You don't need anything at that point, no. Where did I put it? Oh, yeah, here it is.
Are you using white kerosene? Are you using white gas for your fuel? Because I've heard mixed opinions on what the best is. We got Royal Oak, nice charcoal lighter. Okay,
charcoal lighter. Yeah, this is the stuff that I've always used. I just get it at Walmart. It's like $5 or something like that.
Dude, awesome, perfect.
And then I've just been buying a big box of like 100% cotton rags, and then I just kind of wrap my stick and then I staple it on there so it stays.
Yeah, I used a coat not a coat hanger, but I used like a metal wire. Dude, look at this. And who is this ripped model we've got standing here? Oh my God, that's awesome. Oh, dude. Now, you're obviously capping the lens and moving the model. It looks like you got 5.
In this one, I was super lazy and I did it in multiple exposures.
Okay.
But like the thing is like I'll never be dishonest about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna lie. I could do that in a single shot. It is possible. Totally. Yeah. I just need more people, and I didn't have that. I was just me and my bro, so I did each shot individually in different corners kind of thing, and then I just merged them together. But if I had another person there lens capping for me, that's no problem.
Yeah, totally. Is this special human Ryan your homie that goes out with you?
No, this is my other homie Darren. He did this Assassin's Creed one.
Oh yes, the Fire Assassin. And look at this. And
it's almost Fire Assassin, and then he did.
Did
this crazy clown dude for me.
Yeah. He's got some arms on him too, man. He's a perfect model. I never fight.
We go to the gym. We go to the gym together, and he definitely puts me to shame for sure.
Dude, I used to go to the gym religiously, and I haven't gone in a long time. I think light painting has taken over my life.
You did this one too.
Yeah.
This is when I did that 15-foot ball of fire. I mean, he's like 6'4", and that sword is like 15 feet in the air.
Yeah. So you've got
that was one of the bigger ones that I ever did. That was where I used a 7.5-foot fire stick instead of a 4-foot stick.
Yeah. Awesome. Dude,
I actually did that one on video, so people would just like start to believe that I don't Photoshop my stuff.
I know. Every single guest has always been like, oh, the number one question is, how do you do that? You must be Photoshopping your stuff. And of course, as artists and light painters, we're always like, no, we're not doing that. And honestly, Kris, that's why I'm actually starting to do a lot of behind the scenes stuff myself, just because A, it's educational, B, it's better for the community to actually teach people how to do things. There's a lot of newcomers into the community, including myself. And we can learn from veterans like yourself. We can learn from veterans out there showing us, what's up, having conversations on a podcast per se.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I love helping people, and I love when people help me too, right?
Totally.
I honestly take the Photoshop comment as a compliment.
Yeah.
I've always said to people that there's 3 types of pictures: yes, no, and wow. Someone will either say, "Oh yeah, hey, I like that," or "Oh no, I don't," or they're gonna go, "Wow."
Yes.
And that's where I like to keep my shit, is in that wow category.
Dude.
If you can't wrap your head around what I've done, I've completed my job, right? People are looking at it like, how did you get the sky to do that? And I'm just like, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in the same
right?
way.
So if you can make someone like not believe you, that's the trick. You know what I mean? People are like, you couldn't use real fire. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's okay. You don't have to believe me.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that, man. I love that. I'm actually gonna I'm gonna shoot a bridge tonight, which made me totally think of you and the bridge, the wonderful bridge shots that you've been coming out with. I've got this prop, this sword here. It's pretty good. It's got this big long.
Whoa.
Yeah, look at this thing.
I like that.
Yeah, I know this is right up your alley. So I was thinking about you, and and I was just thinking like, how awesome are your photos, because your attention to detail, your composition, like the model, how you look, dude. In that Spooktober series, you had at least 20 tea lights on the stumps in front of the models, dude. I mean, it takes a couple minutes at least to even light the tea lights, let alone bring them with you. You know what I mean, dude? Your attention to detail is awesome. You want to see
tea lights? This was over 150 tea lights.
Dude, I mean, my mind and everyone watching this is blown away, dude. I mean, thank you for doing
I love going above and beyond. That's the one thing that I've always just thought of, is like, how do I take this to the next level? And it's funny that you pull out that sword. I built a sword that's probably about this wide, and it's probably about 5 or 6 feet tall. Okay.
Cool.
I got this weird idea, like, I wonder if I could make a light sword that big. And I've never thought about this, but I guess I have the biggest light blade in the world right now, probably, because the light blade I have is, I should grab it, man. It is crazy.
Like Kris is coming back. Yeah. Oh, look at this.
Here's one of them. It's like double-sided.
Okay, now tell us where it lights up, and tell us.
This is just wood. So this was a wood one I built. Okay. Then this was the other wood one.
Oh my God, that's a cleaver, dude.
It's huge, dude.
Kris,
like, it's massive.
I'm going to send you a picture. There's a video game I play called Vainglory. There's a new character named Leo, and he has a light sword that looks exactly like this.
Okay, so you see this? I built the replica of it.
Oh my God, yes.
Look.
Dude, that is awesome. Have you done any
I hollowed the handle out to put a flashlight in it, just like light painting brushes. So this whole blade will light up.
Oh my God, awesome. And look at your yes, this is awesome, dude. Dude, you are phenomenal.
That's my biggest sword ever.
Oh, I think it's the biggest sword in the world. I mean, I don't know who can top that. Oh, buddy, that's so awesome, man. That's so awesome. Well, Kris, we're kind of wrapping up here. Dude, it's been so good. I've got a couple more questions for you. Is there a song that pumps you up light painting? I'm doing a master playlist, and so every guest gets to add one song to the playlist. What's your song either to light paint with or to like get pumped up before you go, to pack your gear? You tell me what's that one song that's going to push your buttons to the next level.
Fuck, that's a hard question.
Or it could be an album or something that you typically listen to. Like I've got a light painting mix. It's really random, but is there anything?
A lot of my music goes so many different directions.
Can you give a hip hop track maybe?
One that I really loved is Zombie by Cranberries.
Yeah, dude. Nice.
And then
perfect timing.
And then there's another version of it made by a metal band with a male singer. And he was actually supposed to collaborate with her on the track. And I guess she passed away like the day beforehand or something like that. But that version of that song too is definitely. But I mean, my music taste goes from like Tupac and Biggie to some mumble rap to metal like Metallica and Korn, and like I love it all, man. Like I could go from Freak on a Leash with Korn straight to some mumble rap and just be grooving. So I just like music that makes me smile for sure.
Yeah, definitely. All right, buddy, one final question, man. If I can develop some sort of way to come up with Hogwarts for light painters and have new Padawans come in, possibly even kids, 12 and under, teach them light painting all summer long. They're in recess. They're like, dude, we got to go to Hogwarts. We got to take this new course by Kris. What are you going to teach them? What's your one thing that you're going to teach these kids about light painting? It could be anything in the light painting realm. What's the one course you're going to teach them?
I guess it would probably need to be Star Trails, just because that's what I just love doing that so much. But also a course just on preparation, on setting up a scene, on planning a scene. It's something I've been really trying to incorporate into my shoots lately, is because I've traveled hundreds of kilometers out to a waterfall and then got there and thought, what are we going to do? And then there's other times where I've gone to a location with like a list like of just 25 shots that I have to get. And I've thought about it for a week or two ahead of time. You know, maybe I'm going to do a ground shot with low depth, and then I'm going to do a far up shot, and then I'm going to do a fire orb here. And that planning, I can tell you, when you leave that location, you will feel so much more accomplished with your work, because you know you just check these things off the list, where other times I've been standing in the dark going like what am I gonna do? And the model's cold in her coat, and I feel like it, you know what I mean? So
yeah, we've all been there, man.
I think a lot of planning and preparation. I mean, if I was gonna teach, it wouldn't be just one. I'd be teaching all every year, bro. It would be the fire. It would be orbs. It would be, you know, common practices of light painting, Star Trails. We'd have to do a spooky October month.
Yeah, buddy, I love it, dude. I love it, man. You've been so inspiring to all of us, especially this month, every month, buddy. Thank you so much, man, for being on the show. It's been so good. Real quick, tell us how we can find you. You've got K.Foot Photography. I mean, your photography outside of light painting is awesome, dude. Your wildlife stuff.
Thank you,
dude. Let's get people to see that stuff. I mean, that's inspiring in itself. Like,
I know. I've definitely been trying to break, you know, little barriers and stuff. Like I just did the shot with the fox, where I had laid my phone and got the fox to come up, and it kind of lit its face up, and that was like a checklist item for me, man. Like,
yes,
I'm so torn with my photography because I love so many different aspects of it. Like, I love doing trick photography, like levitation and hoodie look-throughs, and I love light painting, and I love astrophotography, and I love macro, and I love wildlife, and like I photography is so endless for people, and I've found that my happiness has came from growing my skills, not just because like I can get pretty obsessed with light painting and go out every single night, and you know what I mean. And people are like, "Oh, how'd you get good?" I'm like, "Well, I kind of don't have a life," you know what I mean?
No, I hear you, man.
But like, I think to be good at anything, you have to be a little bit crazy. You have to be a little obsessive. You have to do the things that most people won't do. Like I take these Northern Lights pictures, and everyone around my, you know, town and stuff are just can't believe it. You know what I mean? And I said, well, you know, if 100 nights out of the year you went out and stood in the cold with me, you'd see it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not that, you know, I'm just the luck of the draw here. You know, there's a lot of time and dedication that's gone into this. So
yeah, man. Well, dude, it clearly shows in your work, man. You're just one of the best. You've super inspired me and everyone else, man. Again, dude, thank you so much for being on the show. I can't wait to see what's coming next. I know you've got
thank
some
you, brother.
sleep.
I appreciate that.
Get that light sword out there, man. I can't wait to see that thing next, dude.
I can't believe, you know what? I made it and I never did a shot with it. So I think after this, I'll go get something with it. I'll dedicate it to you too, brother.
Dude, I appreciate that, man. I'm gonna do some fire shots and I'm gonna dedicate it to you too, brother.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate that.
Man. I'll see you in cyberspace, brother.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Take care.
Cheers.
Cheers.